Good morning, good evening, and welcome to this week's live streaming chat. As usual, I am testing a whole pile of new stuff. I've got different audio routing. I'm using a different browser. So let's just wait and see how this stream goes. In my cups today, I have a water and I have, a bit of coffee. I've nearly drunk it all. Okay. So, as creators, sometimes we need to get some extra stuff. Now, it's not to say you have to have the extra stuff. You can 100% use the YouTube app to go live. You can use your webcam on your computer. You can grab an inexpensive microphone. I really don't recommend the microphones that are built into computers, but you can use it at a pinch and you can go live. All of these things are true. You do not have to spend an additional cent other than an internet connection and a device, whether it be your phone or your laptop or computer or whatever. But there's sometimes you can next level your stream or your production by actually, thanks, Louis. He's been silent all morning. But you can next level your production or your live stream by adding on something else. And sometimes by next leveling, I'm talking about making it easier, making it more interactive for your community. There's so many things that you can do that actually aren't hard, because sometimes the things that we add can make things harder. And I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes upgrading your camera from your phone or your webcam, then you've got to learn how to use the camera, okay? So, all these things, you have to balance. You have to make the decision. Do you have time to learn how to use it? Are you going to bother to learn how to use it? Or are you better off just sticking with the easy and getting your message out? Because stopping and pausing everything to learn how to use equipment is not always the best use of your time. So I want to jump in and say good morning to everybody who is here. Live on Twitter and YouTube jumped in early. So I thought, hello, thank you for jumping in early. We've got, me. I had to jump in early because I realized I was away this weekend down at my mum's. She had some surgery and I needed to sort of keep an eye on her. After someone's been under a general anesthetic, it's a good idea to have someone around. And I realized that she's on a different time zone this morning. Well, I knew it already, but StreamYard picked up the other time zone, so I had to jump in and change that. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole, so good to see you in here as well. Holly, it is great to see you as always. Amazing Yacht Destinations. Welcome to Monday. I know it's bright and early for you. Karen says, we missed you on Nick's chat. Yeah, my mum's in a different time zone and it was very late. I jumped in for a little bit, but I couldn't stay. And I definitely was able to, I was there for most of Doug's and some of Nick's. So, I had to make some decisions. Hello to Billy, great to see you. And US Plus Dad, so good to see you here in the stream as well. I am routing different audio, so if you could let me know if you can hear everything just fine. I do have a little bit of music playing in the background. Let me know if you can hear that, if I need to increase any volumes, because I hit the Black Friday sales a little harder than I had anticipated. I was prepared. I had a list of things I wanted to get, and I had been watching their prices for months. Because we all know there are some sneaky sellers out there that the couple of weeks before Black Friday creep their prices up so they can have a deeper discount. And that drives me up the wall. It really upsets me when people do that because it is so dishonest. It's like all year round, the product is $700. For the beginning of November, it's crept up to $800, and then boom, they have a sale and they make it $695 and you get $105 off. It upsets me. It bothers me. So I keep an eye on the price of things for a couple of months leading into Black Friday if there's something I know I want to get. So one thing I really, really wanted to get was the Rodecaster Duo. And I'm in Australia, so I get different pricing and different deals, and quite often Australia misses out on all the good deals. And so I I was keeping an eye on the pricing, so I'm talking Australian dollars right now, and the Duo was at 7.25 on Amazon, and I looked at other local stores and stuff, and it was around the same sort of price everywhere. It was 725 Australian dollars, and so I was like, right, I've kept that, I screenshotted it, put the date on it, kept that because that's what I was doing, and then I noticed that the Rodecaster Pro, which is normally $11.99, it had a big deep discount, so it had gone down to $8.50 from $11.99. Oh, goodness me! I didn't realize my reactions were on. I've turned them off. Hopefully, I unfreeze soon. We'll see. Can't guarantee it because I might have to drop my camera in and out. Nope, still frozen. That's great. Thanks so much, Mac. I had to go in and use a different thing, and now it is totally frozen everything. I am going to have to. What am I going to do? I'm going to use my new cool Be Right Back screen that I made for myself, and I'm going to remove myself from the stream. But I'll be back, I promise. Okay, I think that fixed it. Alrighty, so let's start by removing this comment that's up here. So I was all tested and had everything already and didn't think to check that reactions were off on a different browser. Go me, go me. So note for everybody, double check when you're trying a new browser for something that you've turned off the live reactions from Mac. Yay, thanks. So awesome. So awesome. Alrighty, now I need to get that going again. Alrighty. Okay, there's movement. There's movement. I totally froze. Okay, and thank you. The sound is good. I appreciate you letting me know. Good morning, Appycast. It's great to see you in here. Amazing Destination says it sounds good, but I'm listening from my phone. Yeah, grain of salt, grain of salt. Good morning, Leanne. So good to see you. We have movement. Yes, we do. Good afternoon. Hey, live streaming consultants. Great to see you. There you go. You're doing something else and you hadn't noticed I'd frozen. Well, I noticed I'd frozen. So I have turned off the reactions now in this other browser. Go Mac. Go awesome on creating something that nobody actually wanted and crashes every time it gets used. So woohoo. So back to what we were talking about. I can't remember. I'm totally lost my track of thought. I was in the middle of a sentence. Oh, Roadcasters. I was talking about Roadcasters. And so the Rodecaster Pro 2 was reduced from $11.99 Australian down to $8.50. And I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what happens with the Duo because I really just want the Duo. It's all I need for now. It's like it's well and truly what I want. I was upgrading from a Rode AI1, which is like a one XLR in, one headphone out, no bells and whistles, little black box, nothing fancy. And so any of them was a step up. And then I saw the Streamer X had while it didn't get a discount, they threw in a set of the NTH, which are really good Rode headphones. So I was like, oh, cool. Then the discount for the Rode Duo appeared, and it went from $7.25 to $6.99. And I was so disappointed. I was just like, wow, that's not worth jumping now for. I suppose I'll just wait, keep saving. And then I was chatting with some friends and then I chatted with my husband, the chief accountant, and I was just like, look, this is the deal. and I laid it out all out. And he was like, it's only 150 more and you get like the full thing. And I'm like, yeah, but do I need the full thing? And it's so much bigger. And well, now I have it. I bought it. Thank you, Amazon. I bought it on Friday. It was delivered on Sunday. So, and it's Monday for me. So I got home late last night from visiting with my mum and opened all the boxes. Like, so they were just here. There's my box. There's the box. Hello. Hello, new friend. But I also bought some other stuff. I bought some other things. I bought a new light. These lights here. There's actually two of them. I don't know if there's two. They're designed to go behind your TV, but they can totally be used for whatever. And they can be controlled by Stream Deck. And they can be controlled by if this and that. So once I get more time, I'll set all those up. And, you know, stock standard, small rig. Hello. I rechanged all my desk and stole my hair light stand to see if my full-on softbox could fit on one of these. Turns out it can. So now everything is attached to my desk and I can raise it on my desk and all my lights and everything come with me. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. Sometimes we have to play. We have to play. So, but I wanted to share with you some of the softwares, not so much the hardwares. You can always check out the hardwares. But sometimes at this time of the year, some of the softwares go deeply on sale. And so I wanted to share a couple of my favorites and a couple that I really use all of the time. And I didn't want to just like, oh, these affiliates are great. You guys know I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I want to share with you things that I use, if not daily, then weekly, or within productions, or there's something great to have handy. So the first one we want to talk about is StreamYard. So in the description below, I do have affiliate links. Where I have an affiliate, it's an affiliate link. I don't have affiliates for everything that I'm going to talk about, but I want you to definitely consider them and go and look at them and see if they are the right fit for you, because just because they're the right fit for me doesn't mean they'll be the right fit for you. So you need to research it. You need to look at the equipment that you have, the softwares and processes you already have lined up, and go from there. So I want to talk about StreamYard to start with. You guys know I love StreamYard. You know that I have my own little love-hate thing going on at the moment with StreamYard and Sonoma and Chrome not playing together. So I'm currently in Firefox. Seems to be working. I had to install Firefox. I did not have it. I had like 3 different Chrome browsers. No Firefox. So I'm trying that one. Oh, Appy Cat says it was a good recovery. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. So StreamYard is one of my favorites. And the probably one of the big reasons why I love StreamYard is they have their pillar, which is ease of use and a couple of other things. But the ease of use, they could quite easily go in and make things more complex and more complicated and make it more like other softwares that are out there that have all the bells and whistles, have everything. And while there are definitely some features I would love to see added, like a dark mode, hello, overall, I love StreamYard. I love that I can use whatever computer I happen to be on. So I've got my little lightweight laptop I throw into my handbag. It's just a little what is it? It's an i5. It's an i5 Lenovo thingy. I can stream with that. So I went away to teach at a retreat, and it was a traveling day was on a Wednesday, so I was in my accommodation for Thursday morning for my Fibrific live streams. I used my webcam on my computer. I plugged in a little lav mic that I'd thrown into the bag, and I was able to do a basic live stream using everything I already had set up in StreamYard. And because everything's hosted and it's handled on the cloud, I didn't have to worry about making sure I had everything with me. Do you know what I mean? So it made it really easy for me just to pack up and move my streaming situation to somewhere else. Obviously, the camera was different, but I mean, I could have totally packed a better camera and plugged it into the laptop. That could have worked. But I was going super lightweight because I had so much other teaching gear that I had with me that I was just like, I just want one bag, so laptop in a bag with a mouse, because I hate a trackpad so much. So StreamYard is probably the top on my list, especially if you are just digging into streaming. But in saying that, even though I can use OBS and I've been using it for years, even though I can use Ecamm, which I still love and I still use, and sometimes I'll bring in Ecamm virtual cameras so I can have all the layers and all the cool stuff. So they play well together, Ecamm and StreamYard. So I have all those things together. Oh, there's no music playing. Hang on a second. It's probably just very quiet. Like, I'll just bump it up. Just, I don't want to deafen anybody. And, so I'm just going to creep it up so you guys can let me know. But thank you, Amazing Destinations, for telling me. So that's one of the things I love about StreamYard is that it is so simple to use. And even though I can use and have these higher end streaming services like OBS, like EVMux, like Ecamm, like vMix, while Ecamm I use on my Mac and vMix I use on my Windows. So I have and know how to use all of these softwares. I keep coming back to StreamYard. Like, I just do. So StreamYard are having some great deals. I've got a link in the description. They're having, I think it's their lifetime deal. So I want to share my screen in a second once I, get to the right screen that I want to share. So there we go. Let's share the screen. Sharing the screen. There we go. Okay. So they are having a lifetime discount on all the annual plans. So what this means is that when you pay for one of the plans, so if you choose the basic or if you go for the professional, I go with the professional because I want the 1080p. And at this stage, they don't offer a 4K streaming, but for the most part, most people are watching on their phones or on their devices. So 4K streaming is not really a priority for me. But in saying that, when I'm on Ecamm, I tend to do the 1440. I'm in Australia. My internet's not as great as some other places, so maybe that's why, I have that decision in my brain. So I just really wanted to show you guys these deals that I've found. So the Cyber Week lifetime deal. So it ends soon. So if you want to make the decision, jump now. But once you sign up, you can actually, as long as you stay on a paid plan, you keep the lifetime discount. So, but if you move over to a free plan, you lose it until you sign back up with it on another special, maybe next Thanksgiving or Black Friday sale or Cyber Week sale or whatever they want to call it. But they don't run this deal very often. They actually don't run sales all that often. As far as I'm aware, they only run Black Friday sales. So if you want to jump in, you can totally go in and check these out. I'm on the professional plan, so I can have the HD. I also like the extra seats because when I have clients, I give them an admin seat. Depending on the client, it depends on the client. It's a trust thing. But some of my clients who are also my friends, I give them an admin seat, so I want an extra seats for them, and the extra camera so that I can, because I have a secondary camera that I use. So you can actually, so how I'm screen sharing, there's another option there that says camera and it can bring in the camera. I'm just looking at my desk and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to share that. Otherwise, I'd just show you the camera. But yeah, there's lots of options. There's lots of extra options. I'm a fan of the professional plan, but you can jump into the basic plan and get yourself that deep discount. So that's my first suggestion. Now, the next thing I want to move on to is Adobe Express. So I know lots of people are Canva fans. That's cool. Go with Canva if it works for you. I'm loving Adobe Express. I moved away from Canva a few months back when they really disrespected their affiliates. I'm going to go with that. They really disrespected some of their affiliates by changing how they did things. So they basically went from, if you applied for your affiliate, you could do it as a small creator, which I'm always about people who will help allow affiliates with small creators, because you can be small but mighty. Honestly, you can have hardly any subscribers on your channel, but you can be mighty and impacting people. And Canva allowed that. They had that as part of their profile. Then they brought in a rule that said that unless you have a minimum of 5,000 subscribers and you make a dedicated Canva video once per month, you are no longer eligible to be in the Canva affiliates program. And I was just like, I'm out. So Andrew Can, who is a friend of mine and a friend of the channel, he is a big Adobe boy, and he'd been talking up Adobe Express, and I'm like, I'm with Canva, I'm not going to jump ship. Well, I jumped ship, okay? Oh, hello, that's just right there. So I jumped ship, and I've gone over to Adobe Express, and I'm having so much fun with Adobe Express, and there's tons available for the Adobe Express free. Yeah, thank you. I got it, but probably a little late. That's all right. That account's not really used for a lot. I'm like, I'll have to go in, and if I blur that in the live stream, we're going to lose the live chat. So I'll have to make that decision. But so going in and just have a play, see if you like it, and it makes layers really easy. If you are a user of Adobe and you have an Adobe account, you do get an extra couple of benefits, like being able to, store things all together and bring it over to Photoshop and drop. There's some additional benefits if you are an Adobe Cloud user. I don't always log in when I'm using it, and I haven't really noticed any differences. So I highly recommend going and checking out Adobe Express for making your thumbnails, for doing all your stuff. Oh, are you kidding? Do Not Disturb is on, and somehow they're able to just... That's rude. That's rude is what that is. How did a call get through when my phone's on Do Not Disturb? I'm like, maybe I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb. It's definitely on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so Adobe Express, definitely worth checking out. Even if you're a Canva user, check it out, okay? Don't just go, I'm with something. Always go and check out something else. You might be happy with Canva and go, yeah, you know what, I had a look. I'm going to stick with Canva, or whatever other thing that you're working with. Always go and check things out, because they might have something that makes things just a little easier for you, okay? Now, the other one, I've only got a couple that I want to show you. So I want to talk about Opus Clips, okay? I'm just double checking that nothing personal is showing, because I'm an idiot, honestly. Opus Clips, it was something that I was like, no, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing Opus Clips. I'm just not, okay? And then I signed up for the free trial. It gave you 90 minutes of free use. I threw in one of my live streams, which was like an hour long. And then it pulled out some great clips. Now, you've still got to go in and tweak the clips. They're not perfect out of the box, okay? But it saves so much time, and you can set it up so that you've got a profile, so you can pre-choose branding colors and particular styles and things that you like, and then run it, and it'll make everything in those styles. But if you decide you want to do something a bit different, it's really easy just to go in and change it. There's some great tutorials out there. I think Nick Nimmon's got one. But I was like, no, not doing it. Definitely not getting into Opus Clips. Now I'm an Opus Clips tragic, okay? I signed up for the annual plan because look at that saving. Honestly, it's a great saving. So it's half price. So I've signed up for the annual plan. I'm loving it. And also, if I run out of minutes, because it's a possibility, because you guys know I can talk, right? So sometimes my live streams are a little bit janky, because I just talk and I just talk and I just talk, because that's what I do. So I can use up the minutes a little quickly, but you can actually go in, and even when you're on a plan, you can still add extra minutes. And when you sign up for the annual plan, they give you your full year, like your full 2,400 worth of minutes up front. You're not limited to your 200 minutes a month thing, or whatever it is. 200? Yeah, 200 minutes a month. So if you're like a heavy duty user, like per month, you can choose, like, if you want 400 minutes or 600 minutes or whatever, you can choose that amount per month. I had the 200 minutes a month plan. Well, no, I didn't. I was looking at the 200 minutes a month plan. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm going over here, and I want the more minutes, and I want them all up front, because I have a pile of old live stream interviews that I'm slowly going through and popping into Opus Clip and letting Opus Clip do its magic. And if you watch the channel regularly, you'll see there's a few clips coming through from a few different live streams. We've just started releasing some with the interview I did with Justin, the first interview I did with Justin Brown from Primal Video. So they're starting to be dropped now as well. I've got the next lot ready to go, and I'm going to mix them up. So the interviews, I'm going to have some of the Serenas and Russell, like all the different interview guests that I've had. I'm going to mix them up and slowly drip out the shorts that I'm making there. I don't have a TikTok account for this side of my business. I have one for my Fibrifix side of my business. I don't have one for this. And I don't know if I want one, but I can totally use these shorts on Instagram and Facebook Reels. I can use them as shorts. And if you have TikTok, you can totally use them as shorts, as TikToks. Does TikTok name their TikTok something, or are they all just TikToks? I don't even know. One thing I will say, if you just drop the YouTube link of your live stream into Opus, which you can totally do, I have noticed there's degrading quality. I'm not going to lie, the quality is not awesome. So if you look at the first couple of shorts I dropped, that's exactly what I did. With I think it's the Justin Brown shorts was the first one I did it with. I actually went into StreamYard and grabbed my saved file link and dropped that link in there. And the quality is so much different because it's not having to deal with the YouTube compression on top of everything else. So you can either upload the file from your computer. So if you're saving them locally, you can totally upload that file to the computer, and that is the top quality. Then the next level option is somewhere like StreamYard that saves all your live streams for you. Well, you get like 50 hours of live stream saved, and I'll go through and delete like a pile of them, but I've kept all the interviews because I'm like, I'm going to do something with them. So glad I kept them. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. And so top level is drop in the actual file, let it upload, and let them deal with the original file size. The second level is your StreamYard link. So it is the file that StreamYard saves. Then the third option, so I consider it like my nuclear option. If I've got no other choices, I'm going to use the YouTube link, because even though the visual quality is a little, blurry, downgraded, I don't know the best way to describe it. It's not as good. Then you've got to, then you're still getting the information out there. The data's still getting there. The people are still getting to see the thing that you think can help them. So I'm going to put that out there, even if the quality is not perfect, but that's a personal thing. I would much rather give you the information and not have everything all like a perfect and schmicky, and give you what you need to help you, then go, oh, sorry, I do have the perfect answer for you. I do have that perfect thing, but, the quality's not great, so I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not that person. Let me see what this one has to say. Calls usually can come through if someone calls 5 times in a row. Yeah, but I don't think they called before, because, like, I've got the phone right there and you can still see the call coming through, but it doesn't make any noises. Let me know if you're here watching, if you've got any questions about any of these things that I'm talking about, because, I'm here like prattling on. I'm going to have a little sip of my what's now cold coffee, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Okay. So we've talked about Adobe Express, Opus Clips, and StreamYard. Okay. So that's the first 3. One I really want to talk about that I found that this particular sort of toolbox, I'm going to call it a toolbox, has been super helpful in so many areas of my video production, my live streams, creating so many different things. This particular toolbox has been super useful, and it's not expensive. Okay. So let me just double check nothing's showing that shouldn't be showing. Let me look. Okay, cool. All right, it's good. It's all safe. Let's jump in Let me just show this first. The audio quality and info presented is much more important than the video quality almost always. This 100%, I agree with you. As long as the information is good and the audio is good, everything else is gravy, right? It's all the cream on top. As long as the information you want to impart is coming over clearly, that's all that matters. You don't have to have 4K crispy everything all the time. You can have your downgraded video as long as your audio is solid, because people will click away if it's crackling, because people can deal with a lot of stuff, but usually poor audio is not one. But I 100% agree with this comment. So let's jump over here. There we go. This is Envato Elements. And I think Envato Elements is one of those best kept secrets on the internet. So it is one of these things that just, I thought, oh, it offers too many things, it's not going to be good. And then a couple of years ago, I grabbed one of these 50% off all plans cyber sales. And I was like, it's so cheap. It's so cheap. I'm going to click on, like, here we go. Let's look at the pricing, right? It's $8.25 US per month. Okay. Now, what I want to say is that they also have a student plan. So if you're a student and you can prove you're a student by their way, I haven't clicked it, so I don't know what they ask for. This pricing is not just for the annual plans. Most of them have annual plans only. This pricing is on the annual plans only, right? This is not annual plans only. So you can choose the month-to-month payment. Now, the annual plan pricing is better. Not going to lie, it's heaps better. Pay the annual up front if you can afford to. But it's still 50% off the month-to-month. Now, I think that is the annual price. Let me look. Let me go and find the pricing again. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I can't. You need to click through, and I'm worried now that if I click things, it's going to keep showing up that thing that we don't want seen publicly. Yeah, I think this particular pricing is the per month for the annual. No, I don't want that. I had a page that was showing everything that was easier. I'm just watching. I was on my phone and I was able to swipe and see heaps more. Anyway, go and check out the pricing. When I was on my phone, I was able to swipe through and see a whole pile of different plans. That I think that is the annual pricing for the monthly, but there is the option to pay for the monthly pricing and still get the 50% off. But the monthly pricing is a lot more expensive than the annual pricing. So it's still the best deal. It's still the best deal. But the things I love is that you don't just get a bit of music, right? You get a selection of music, a selection of sound effects. You get a selection of graphic templates. Now, graphic templates are fantastic for things like if you're editing on, say, DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, or there's a couple that they've really got quite a lot for. You can install like Mogits, which are motion graphics that you can adapt. So you can have something fly in with your social media on it. And all you have to do is you can possibly change a color, and you can put in your handle, and that's it. Everything else is handled by the installed piece that you drop into your editor. You don't have to add in the motion. You don't have to add it swirling away. You don't have to add any of that. It's all there. All you need to do is choose the colors for your branding and add in the information that you want to add in. And I love that it's that easy, because I don't always, while I know how to make all these things myself, sometimes I'm just like, oh man, I just want to just do this thing, and I just wanted to drop it in really fast, and I don't have time to make it all flash and pretty and time map it and do all this stuff. I just go here and grab one and just adapt it for the colors, and sometimes you can change the fonts as well. It just depends. Thank you, Amazing Yacht Destinations. I appreciate you jumping in and making the effort to check that. So it's $16.50 from 33 for the per month, or it's $8.25 or $16.50 for the monthly fee in the annual plan. So it is half the price again from going month to month if you use this, because that was what I was looking at. And I couldn't find it on this screen, and I'm like nervous about clicking now because it keeps bringing up my stupid email address and I don't know why. Anyway, it's very annoying. Yeah, the last one is the yearly price. Yeah, so you're definitely better off going with that $8.25 a month, paying that year in advance if you've got that money available, or on a credit card or whatever. Oh, yep. Yep, I think Appy Cat might be back where I was talking about Canva. Yeah, definitely. That disrespecting the affiliates. I agree with that statement. Anyway, so Envato Elements has so much available that it is totally worth jumping in and having a look. It's one of those go-to places. And even though I do go and get story blocks and Artlist and some of these more top level B-roll and music and stuff every now and again, I keep coming back to Envato Elements. Because it's got really solid stock image. I can find some fun stock image that not everybody's using, and because not everybody has Envato Elements, so it's super fun. The music is a little limited. I'm not going to lie. The music is a little limited, but there's still stuff in there if you just need a little track. Now, I will say, with any of these things, always read and double check the terms of use, because a lot of these places, you're not allowed to use the music in your live stream productions. You're absolutely allowed to use them in your video productions, but you can't use them in your live stream productions. And as I'm predominantly a live streamer, I've come up against that every now and again. I'm like, oh, damn it, I found this great track and I can't use it. So always keep a little eye on that. And the other thing I would suggest is, no matter which one of these services you're using, whether it's Envato, whether it's anywhere else, I highly recommend that you download a fresh copy of your user agreement with Envato Elements. There's a license for the different things. Download it, keep it on your computer system. I make a folder, like in my file folder system for organizing all my content. I have a folder for all the licenses within for each video, so that if something happens and like the worst happens or whatever, I can just refer back. No, this is a video that got a copyright claim. Jump in, check the license list, grab the license, copy it, throw it in, dispute it, and usually it's solved. Because the actual copyright claims that I've had so far on my channel have all been not from the copyright holders. They've all been from people who YouTube's broken copyright ID system has gone, oh, she's using one of your things, when I'm not using their thing at all. And they go, well, I'm going to take all the income from that. Thanks very much, honey. You use 15 seconds. I'm taking an hour 30. And so I can always dispute it. And so far, I've always won. So, I am a massive, massive fan of covering your butt. Make sure you've got everything. Don't just go, oh, it's on their side, I'll grab it when it happens. No. Have it on your system somewhere. Throw it into a cloud drive file system. Have it where you can find it when you need it. Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when things go wrong and something big like that happens, my brain goes like to white noise. I'm just like, I'm like, oh no, something bad has happened. And it takes me a little second just to be like, okay, how do we fix this? So I need that moment to just like deal with the white noise, but knowing I'm like, I got this. I got my folder of all my stuff. I'm going to find my folder. So I highly recommend covering your own butts by saving all of your own licenses with the video that you've got. I don't know the file systems that you're using for saving everything. But I would be adding in a folder for the licenses, and every time you use something in a video, add the license in. Even if it's the same license that's covering you for everything, I would add it in. I know it seems a little, some people are like, oh, but it's the same license for everything. I'm like, whatever, do whatever you want, but that's what I do. Excellent. Amazing Yacht Destination says it works out to $99 US for a year for the first year. That's great, isn't it? and getting access to all this stuff for $100 for a whole year. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Doug Houston is here. Hey, Doug. Doug loves Envato as well. Envato is fantastic. How can you not love it? Amazing Yacht says, I love that Envato also have fonts. Many people don't know that fonts are copyrighted. I know, right? So I had a graphic designer create the logos for Fiberific, and I didn't realize that, well, I think he mentioned it, but it didn't click, that he was using a font that had to be paid for. Now, because he was the graphic designer, he had the font. But then when we parted ways, I no longer had the rights to the font, and I had to go and buy the font. And it was $500. And I was just like, oh my God, I can either change my logo and all my branding and redo this whole thing, or just go and buy the font. So I just went and bought the font. But it was a shock. It was a shock. Not all fonts are free to use for commercial uses. And when you're planning on making a YouTube channel that includes monetization, guess what, honey? You're a commercial use now. So the second you start making any money, or your intention is to make money, you need your commercial licenses. So you need to make sure your butt is covered. Make sure it's covered. But yeah, getting the fonts. The one thing I will say about these services is that once your subscription lapses or you cancel it for whatever reason, you can no longer use those fonts or that music or anything like that. So if you've created your intro to your channel using one of these tracks, and you have that intro for every video kind of thing, or just a little, bit of sound bed music that comes in and plays just as you start talking. If you have that running in every video and then you cancel the license, all of the stuff that was uploaded while your license is current, totally fine. Don't even worry about that. But you can no longer use it. You don't have the rights to use it in perpetuity. You only have the rights to use it while your license is active. So make sure that if you change your mind, that you're keeping track of where you're using the different things and changing them up for something else that you've, either moved to or something free that you can find on YouTube or Creator Mix. Obviously, I'm a fan of Creator Mix. I probably don't need to say, go and check out Creator Mix. Creator Mix is free. Creator Mix is awesome. You should totally be using Creator Mix for everything. But sometimes you want a particular track or you want a different sound and you need to find that somewhere else. So you've got options. You've got options. Now, the final tool for today, it's the final tool, but there's a bonus page I want to show you, but a final tool that I want to recommend. I'm going to come back to my screen because I'm super paranoid now. I want to just double check that, I can scroll around without anything popping up that I don't want popped up. There we go. Let's go back. Travel Around Susie loves Creator Mix too. Yeah, Creator Mix is amazing. It's what we're listening to right now in the background if it's playing. We totally have Creator Mix running through my new Rodecaster Pro my new Rodecaster Pro 2 that I basically just last night was like, okay, I watched a video like plug this plug in here, plug that plug in there, cross my fingers. And it was like this morning, if it wasn't going to work, I had my old one still set up. All I had to do was put the microphone and the headphones back into it, and we could have gone with the old one. So, it was a risk, but not a big risk. Because, stuff crashes and burns all the time in a live stream. We had the reaction come up and freeze. So, we had to go to our Be Right Back screen and fix it. But what I want to talk about next is another amazing tool, all right? Can anyone guess what I want to talk about next? I'm like, did I mention it already? Maybe not. But let me know in the chat. Do you know which is the next tool that I want to talk about? No? No one's guessing? My cold coffee is now finished. I'm onto the water. Okay. No idea? Doug says, I'm phasing out all my Epidemic sound music as I want to cancel after their recent price rise. I mainly use Creator Mix now. I've been using Creator Mix for everything now for a few months. I started using Creator Mix in all my audio beds for my fun games that I play over on the Fiberific channel. So all the music under those now is all parts of different Creator Mix songs. And yeah, I've been phasing out a lot of the other stuff because I've just been happy with Creator Mix. No idea. That's cool. All right, let us screen share. Tube Spanner. I love Tube Spanner, and it was just like, oh, do I really need another one? Do I need something else? I already had like TubeBuddy, and I had vidIQ all set up. But while they're all toolboxes, they all have different tools in them. Okay, they do have some overlap. There are some things where they're like a little bit of overlap, but I've just found like I'm downgrading. Like when my current plan runs out of TubeBuddy, I'm bye-bye, kicking it to the curb. I've got my legend level of TubeBuddy. I've had it for years. On one of my accounts, I'm keeping it because, I scored a free one for life, so I'm keeping that one. But on the other one that I pay for every year, I'm letting it go. And it's been hard for me because TubeBuddy's been a big part of everything for a really long time. But when it comes down to the dollar value, now that YouTube are going to be rolling out their A/B testing, that's why I stuck with the legend level, was for the A/B testing. I'm letting it go. I'm going to let it go. I think I may change my mind before it cancels, but I'm going to let it go. But I've been finding some really amazing tools on Tube Spanner. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love is the bio pages. Okay, so these bio pages. So if you go, and I think in my description, I don't want to click anything just in case something shows it shouldn't show. In my description, I should have a link to my bio in there, and I built that using this page, and I love having their bio pages set up through there. And I was able to, you can either just direct link to their bio page, like using the Tube Spanner / whatever bio. But I've got websites for both my businesses. So I was actually able just to go in and create sort of more, so Chantelle, it's www.chantellehills.com/bio, and it redirects to this other page. And I love that. And so it just feels so nice, and being able to go in and just change things up and have a video at the top if you want, and have a pretty background of your choice. And I know there's tons out there that do that, like, your link trees and what have you do it. But being able to set it up here and have all these amazing tools and be able to use their script writing assistant, and just, there's so much. You need to go and check it out. So again, they've got a free trial, so you can go and check it out, and have a good look and have a dig around. So they've got their Lite, their Pro, and their Max. They also have a free forever. Okay, I like how have those ones at the top, but you got to scroll down for the free. You can go and set up a free forever. Now there are limitations, and so there should be. This is an amazing feature pack of tools. And the more tools that you get, you totally should pay more. Okay, like, I'm not one of these people that are like, oh, it's not fair that, the free thing shows the logos. You know what? Upgrade. They can't give everything away for free and remain viable. It's just, I see it in one of the groups of one of the softwares that I use a lot. They offer a really good free, and so many people complain that the logo shows. It's not in the middle of their face. It's off to the side, and you're just like, but it's free. You get to use this cool thing for free. So, it's just one of these things. It's so many cool tools. So go in, dig it out, have a look. This is the monthly billing, and we'll click on the annual billing. Annual billing gives you a good discount. So you drop from, $14.99 a month down to $12.99 a month, $12.49 a month. I always double check the annual billing. I'm one of these people that if I can save money by paying up front, I throw it on my credit card. That's what I do. And then, I get to keep it that way. But everyone is different, and I love that they have the option. So if you just want to do a monthly, you can. So I love that the options are there, and each individual person can choose the option that suits them the best. And their free is solid. Their free plan has got some good, helpful things that you can use. There'll be limitations for sure, but there's a lot of really good, helpful stuff. So I highly recommend you go and check it out. I'm a big fan of the bio page. I love that their tool for testing the thumbnail. You can upload your thumbnail and it'll throw up a dummy page on YouTube, and it'll pop your thumbnail in so you can see everything around it and see if it pops out. I love that feature as well. That is another great one. The script writing tool, it's so interactive and helpful. Definitely worth checking that out as well. Just there's a lot of tools. And it's definitely worth checking. So what are you using for your resources page? Do you mean on my website? I built that. So that was the next, that's actually the bonus, is the resources page. So if you are not in the market now, which is fine because we've all had a hard week of buying things in Black Friday sales, sometimes you're like, okay, I can't do it now. I just can't. Whatever reason, now is not the time. Over on my resource page on my website, if it will let me click, there we go. This is on the chantellehills.com website. So you can click at the top and go to tools and resources. There's also a link in the description below. I always put my recommendations here. Okay. And again, if I have an affiliate link, I will use one, but I don't have one for everything. So you still can click through and go and check out all of the tools that I recommend over there. Lots of different things. But and then also my kits. I love my kits. I'm a bit of a kit tragic. I go in and update my kits pretty regularly. So then you can always check out the exact gear that I'm using. I need to update it to include my Rodecaster Pro 2 because I'm so excited. So you definitely you can find everything over on there. But that's just if that's the page that you're talking about, Appy Cat, that's just a page that I built into my website. It's just a straight up part of the website. So is that what you were talking about? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if that's what you're talking about. Let me know if you've got any questions about these or anything else. Legal Minded asked, what is TubeBuddy? TubeBuddy is a really great pack of tools that helps you with bulk updating on your website, on your YouTube channels. You can, there's different plans, so obviously different tools are available for different plans. The A/B testing on the Legend plan is fantastic. What else is it? There's so many tools. They've got something like 90 different tools, so go and check those out as well. I don't have an affiliate for them. I think I took it down. While I technically have an affiliate for them, they did something I wasn't a fan of. I'm one of these people that it's like, you know what? I was not a fan of something. I'm gonna pull that for a while until I can, sit with it better. So, but you can go and check out TubeBuddy. I will. It's just tubebuddy.com, so you can go and check those out there. I don't think I've got TubeBuddy here. What they did wasn't bad. It was just like they put out a video that I was just like, let's just spam. I don't like that. So, I'm a changeable person. But yeah. So I'm trying to scroll on the wrong screen. Let's scroll back to the top. Let me have a look. Nick uses TubeBuddy all the time. He loves TubeBuddy. Absolutely. And it does have phenomenal tool pack. It really does. For me, it was a little pricey, and I just made the decision that with other things that could do most of the other tools now, well, not most, but enough of the other tools that I was actually using, it just made it my decision for me. But yeah, Nick totally talks about TubeBuddy. He likes TubeBuddy. He actually really likes TubeBuddy a lot, and there's a couple of features I really do love about TubeBuddy, but I just don't use all that often, which is the mass update tool. That is it's a superpower. It's a legit superpower. Being able to like go in and change everything a lot. Yeah, and the find and replace tool is another one. Yeah, so the mass update or the find and replace. So if you've got a typo in somewhere, if you've got a bad link, you can actually get it to find the bad link across your entire video library, which for some people is enormous. Put in the good link and it'll just go in and automatically replace it for you. It's a superpower that way. I personally have for most of my links, I use Thirsty Affiliates. I use WordPress websites. Thirsty Affiliates only works on WordPress websites. And what that does is, so my links that I've got in my description, if they become bad links, I can actually jump into my WordPress, change the link in there. I don't need to change it anywhere else. It'll redirect it to the right place. So I tend to get around it that way now, but I never used to have it. So it's not on everything, but it's getting there. And because both my websites are Thirsty Affiliates, both my websites are WordPress websites, I have Thirsty Affiliates on both the sites. For background music, if you're posting content cross platforms or have multiple channels, Streambeats is a good choice. Yeah, Streambeats is solid. Streambeats is another solid choice. But I still use Creator Mix across. The only platform that Creator Mix is not super awesome on that I've noticed is Facebook. But that's because Facebook is a bunch of butt faces who actually make any music difficult to use. So I don't know if Streambeats has better success using Facebook. But you know, I like some of the music that Senpai have done for Streambeats. I really like it. So go and check it out. Absolutely. Doug's got a Streambeats, backing tracks, and Creator Mix are great free music resources for streaming. Yeah. Legal Money with Karen says, I use WordPress. Well, jump over into my website and click that orange button and go and check out Thirsty Affiliates. I highly recommend that any creator, anyone with a website that you already have, add in a tools and resources page. Okay, so here on my website, right, we'll just go to my homepage. Okay, so this is my homepage. I need to freshen it up. I want to give it a bit more bit more brightness, but you know, aside from the aesthetics. So I've just got my homepage. There's a link to join my email list, my socials. And then up here, I've got my tools and resources, which we were just on, my about page, which just gives a little blurby about me, and my contact information so that you can contact me if you want to work with me or whatever, or ask me a question. You can totally do it. So that, and when you click on the YouTube button, it just sends you straight through to the YouTube channel. It's a really basic website, really simple, just enough to get some information out there. This is the page I want to give the most work to. But this page here, it gets the most traffic. I get the most clicks to this page of my website, and I call it pick of the week. I think that's been there for a couple of months. I should probably find another pick of the week. But this little adapter, I love it so much. That's why I've left it there, because I have a lot of old USB-A devices and a lot of the new hubs, USB-C hubs. So you can plug your big square USB-A into your USB into the little adapter and pop it in, and I've not noticed any loss. So quite often when you use adapters and things like that, sometimes the quality gets a bit janky. The Anchor has been fantastic. Okay. Hey, Ernesto, it's good to see you. Sorry, I should read everything. Streambeats has a similar problem. Yeah, I think everyone has a problem with Facebook, and the problem is Facebook. I have a love-hate relationship with WordPress. Love that it makes things easy until you do something more complicated. Yeah, look, I've been running WordPress websites for about 10, 11 years. And on my other site, it was a full WooCommerce sales website. And yeah, the catch is you got to keep it updated. And sometimes things don't play well together. And it is, yeah, as long as you keep it basic, you're normally pretty good. I really don't like music while watching a video. I find it distracting, so I tend to wait to the replay and watch with CC and no sound. Yeah, like some people don't like music, and some people actually concentrate better with music. I concentrate better with music, and so yeah, it is. It's lots of different people prefer different things. So even though I concentrate better with music, I do try to keep the music low because that way it's kind of a bit easier for those that do find it distracting. I don't use music in my full tutorials. Um, I just use it so over on my craft channel. I don't use music on any of my videos over there, except for my productivity streams where I crank the tracks because that's there to. I'm just there doing stuff. I'm not there to chat. So it depends on the reason for your particular project that you're doing, as to what kind and what volume and what sort of music that you're using. But sometimes music can be really helpful to create a mood, to create an emotion. And that's one of the big advantages of using music. Let us jump back over here. So I've showed you Adobe Express, which I love to pieces, StreamYard, which I'm obsessed with. I've no other words for that. I'm just obsessed with StreamYard. Opus Clips, which is a new love. And it's becoming a little obsessive, but I'm trying to not get obsessive about it. Envato Elements, which has just been like a godsend. For years and years, I've loved Envato Elements. I can always find something I need. It may not be the perfectest thing, but for the price and the choices and the options, I always find something I like. So, and B-roll, some really fun B-roll. Thank you, Envato Elements. Tube Spanner, love Tube Spanner. Again, I'm still learning it. I'm still digging into it. I've been using it for I don't know, it's got to be about a year now, but not to its full potential. And I'm terrible for that. I'll find something like I like this tool, and I'll use that part of it like a million times. But then there's like the rest of the tools going, what about me? So I need to get in and do that. Let me look here. Hey, Bubba's Big Adventure. Your advice and the advice from your subscribers really helped us. We've now done a couple of live streams and it was a piece of cake. Yes, that is amazing. Congratulations. I got a button. Oh, I don't know which button. Hang on. Yes, I do. I pressed a button. That was so funny. I'm sorry if it deafened you. I'm sorry if it deafened you. But I have a button to press now. And when there's buttons to press, you got to press the buttons. But if that was way too loud, let me know and I'll crank it back a little. But I have buttons that I need to go in and program even more of because there's buttons to press. But that is amazing. I am so glad that you jumped in and did it. I know that it's scary, especially the first couple of times, but it is one of those things that you only get better if you keep going. Let's have a squizzy squiz. I did a Samsung update, totally different. Just had to relearn everything. That happens. Let me think. I've done the WordPress update definitely on one of the sites. Not sure about the other. All of the buttons. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. I can't take credit for the applause. It's what's built into the broadcast, but it says applause, and I had to press the button. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love new toys. Who here in the chat loves a good new toy? Like whether it's live streaming gear or whether it's video making gear or crafting gear or fishing gear or a new part for your bike, whatever your passion is, who loves a new toy to test out and play with? I'm not going to press all the buttons. I don't know what they all do. I know one of them makes my voice into a robot. I may have played with that one already. But yeah, there's a lot of buttons to play with. Okay, so I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for jumping in today. Checking the links are all in the description. If you want to go and have a look at these things for yourself, have a good dig through, make wise decisions when spending your money. There's a ton of free options out there. Tube Spanner has a free plan. Adobe Express has got free options. A lot of them have free options. So you can go and test and trial before committing. See if it fits. See if you can use it in your workflow, because sometimes things just get overwhelming and then it's not worth having. So make sure that what you're using and what you're adding to your workflow actually make your end product better and make the experience of your workflow better. So you need to test and trial these things for yourself. Like I said right at the start, just because these are things that I love to use and that work and fit for my workflows, they may not be the right fit for you. But you're not going to know until you go and have a look, go and check them out and see if they have what you need. Because digging out and working out what you need to use and what you want to use could be two different things. So on that note, I'm going to say adieu to you, my friends, for joining. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic week and that you all had a wonderful time with your families and friends over the weekend. And if you're in the US, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I will catch you all next time. Be good now. Bye.